Hello, what's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. And in this video, we are going to talk about possibly some good news for you if you are one of the students who have gone to a school that is unaccredited or has recently become unaccredited. And this is a very widespread problem, guys. So as you come in, what I want you guys to do, in addition to telling me where you are watching from, I want you to tell me if you've ever gone to a for-profit college and been a part of this whole finding out in the middle of your program that it was all of a sudden unaccredited. My aunt actually went through this with her doctorate. Like, she worked really, really hard, was going out of town to a school that had, I thought, a pretty good reputation. And she basically got to the end of her program and there was virtually no notice. Within about they got sent a letter saying, y'all need to find another school because in 2 weeks, this one won't exist. And it was horrible. So this is a big, big problem. Please share this video with anyone that you think that can benefit from it. Please go ahead and like the video because I always try to bring you guys great information that you can use. Can you guys hear me? Hold on a second. I hope you guys can hear me, right? I would think you can hear me because you wouldn't stay on this long if you couldn't hear me, right? Right. But yeah, if somebody could drop in the chat whether or not you've heard me this whole entire time. I just noticed something that leads me to believe maybe you could not, but hopefully you can. So yes, this is a widespread problem. Student loans are a widespread problem. So this is something that we really need to talk about. And hopefully you appreciate the information that I'm going to share with you today. Hold on, let me check something right quick. Now, let me see something here. Okay. All right. I think I see some. Okay, some people did. Let me switch over to the comments. Hey, what's going on, Sharon? Sharon Smith said, I've been through the same thing and I'm trying to get my information to Sue. Okay, great. So I'm so happy that you are here. I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to give you all a jump off point, something that I came across that I thought you all would love. Okay, so hey, Golden Sun Kiss. She said, hello. I love that name. Hello, so cool to catch you live. Aw, thank you so much for that. I'm going to try to do a better job trying to get things to settle down so that I can have a schedule, because I know people have been wanting that. And if I had a schedule, I know you all would definitely show up and we can have a great powwow. But let's go ahead and share this screen, because I'm going to go over this article with you guys that I came across, okay? Toronto, Canada. What? That's where you're at. That's where you're at. Hold on one second. Bam. We're going to share this screen. Who was that? I think that was Sharon, right? I've never been to Canada, but I heard it's super duper cool. I definitely want to go. That is awesome. You are joining from Canada. See, that's why I like for y'all to tell me that so that I would know. All right. So listen, this is from the College Investor. This came out, 2 months ago, roughly June 13th of this year. And it was talking about for-profit. That means not state, right? That means private colleges, student loan forgiveness list. This is very important, guys. If you attended a for-profit, meaning a private college, and were misled to enroll, you could be eligible for student loan forgiveness. Okay. $1 billion in student loan debt has been forgiven for students who attended private colleges or other schools that potentially misled students. Oh my gosh. So this is for borrowed defense to repayment claims, closed schools, and other lawsuits. And guys, there are so many lawsuits. There are so many schools that made claims about students' potential to be employed, their income amounts that they would make after they got out of the schools. Oh, the list just goes on and on. I remember it was really, really bad in the early 2000s. You had a lot of rappers and celebrities promoting these private, very small schools, right? People rag on Romeo because he used to be on what? ICDC College. ICDC College. I remember there were even videos of people saying, of schools saying, hey, come here and we'll give you a free laptop. And I remember this one commercial where they were like, I'm going to school in my pajamas. I'm going to school in my pajamas. And this was like when remote schooling was a new revolutionary thing. Like, what? I can go to college without going to college? Sign me up. And when you couple that with, people singing on TV, I'm going to school in my pajamas. And I got a free laptop. It was insane. And some people could say, well, it's people's fault for enrolling anyway. They should have knew it was a scam. But how many of you got into a job, right? The job listing was one way. And then when you got there, you found out it ain't nothing like what y'all said this job would be like. How many of you got in a marriage? Right? Because someone presented their representative instead of their true self. And you're like, hold on. Who is this person I said I do? Somebody sleeping in my bed. You don't even know the stranger in your bed because they totally flipped the script on you after you said I do. My point is this. There are instances where people should be held accountable for making foolish decisions. And then there are instances where people were blatantly defrauded. And I will tell you guys this, for those of you who are new to me, I actually used to work at a for-profit school. That's right. When I graduated college, I went to work for a temp agency, and that temp agency placed me at a for-profit school. And I got to see the back end, the business side of these private schools, and y'all, it blew me away. The actual for-profit college that I worked for, tons of commercials online everywhere. Their marketing budget was insane. And they maximized it. Everybody knew about this school. And I remember we were across the street from a Kroger. There were people who would go shopping for groceries, and then they would cross the street to catch the bus and see our college, and then walk in and just like, hey, I'm just checking it out. Do y'all know they would walk out enrolled in the college before the milk was even room temperature? And I was like, what is going on here? And a lot of those people were first-time college graduates who just wanted to make their parents proud, who just really thought, I'm never going to get into college. And that college that I worked for was like, you can come here. And the tuition was a lot. I see some comments. Let me acknowledge my folks. Golden Sun Kiss said, I will be referring others to you because I love your content. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. It takes a lot, y'all, to carve out time in your day and say, hey, son, be quiet. I'm about to do a video and do the cover for it. And so many times YouTube will block good content. It's just a lot. So I appreciate it when people give comments, interact with me, and the super chats and the super stickers. The verbal support is great. The financial support is even better. Whatever you can do. But I'm telling you, that helps me to continue doing what you guys say you love for me to do. So don't think, oh, I ain't got to tell her this, I ain't got to tell her that. You would be surprised at how it helps. Okay? Sherwin said, that's all good, but you're still left with no certificate and loss of income you don't get from the work and time dedicated to your education. We should be compensated for years we don't get back. I absolutely agree with you. It's atrocious because of everything you just said. Yeah, because of everything you just said. D King, what's going on, my gorgeous? Yes, long time no see, but that's because of me. Sound like RBI, Everest, and okay, you naming names. You naming names. Yes. So since you name names, let's look at the list, shall we? Let's look at the list. This particular article right here, I'm going to go ahead and grab this link and put it in the chat for those who are live. The replay viewers, I'll have it in the description box for you, okay? But let's look at the list. Let's look at the list. Let me see here. Oh, thank you, Golden. I don't know why this comment is being held. Golden Sun Kids said, everyone please send some likes. And I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, y'all like the video, like the video. I don't know why YouTube held that comment. Like I said, they be doing the most and the least all at the same time. But anyway, let's look at the list. So any of these names ring a bell, y'all? University of Phoenix. Okay. And I'm not here to ATI technical training. Any of these ring a bell? Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Capella, ding-a-ling-a-ling. AIU, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, you want me to check out National College, Sharon? Let's see here. Let me just search the It has this one here. I don't know. I put the link in there so you can search it yourself. But when I type in National College that way, only one result showed, and it was this one. So yeah, look here. DeVry, Chamberlain, Keller, Ross. Okay, any of these ringing a bell? Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Empire Beauty School. Oh my gosh. This was crazy because, see, I worked for a for-profit college, and then I went to work for a state college, a state technical school. And I just remember we had a cosmetology program at the junior college. And the girls who were coming over from Empire, oh my gosh. When I saw how much money they took out and I compared it to how much money they could have saved, it was just, woo. And all of this is in us not knowing, because I'm not going to lie. Coming up, I wanted to go to a 4-year college. There was a stigma on a junior college, but I didn't know what I didn't know. Had I been able to go back and do it now, oh baby, I would have done my core curriculum, right? English, math, science, the same things I've been doing for the whole 12 years, right? I would have done my core subjects at a junior college. Junior state college where the tuition was much lower. And even though I went to a 4-year college, I'm just saying I would have done a junior one, really saved my coins, and then matriculated to a 4-year college for my area of study, which was journalism with a minor in Spanish, right? So yeah, do any of these schools look familiar to you? ITT Technical. Oh my gosh, yes, y'all. So you do you guys notice you don't see as many of those what you call it, as many of those commercials anymore? And I strongly encourage you to look up the lawsuits against these schools, because some people have won payouts. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hey Chiapas. He said, peace to the gods, peace to the gods. What's going on, family? But some people have actually sued these colleges and won payouts because some of the things they did were so egregious. And so I strongly encourage you, go through this list, share this video. Who knows? It could be somebody. And I'm telling you this. I'm telling y'all, nobody's going to come to you and tell you on your own. No one's going to say, you know what, we did wrong. Here's a letter in the mail to make it right. No, they will let you keep paying on these loans for these colleges that lost their accreditation that you don't have nothing to show for. They will let you do that. Sherwin said, thank you for making this possible for others to be aware of. Oh, thank you for your appreciation of the video. And let me tell you guys this. I'm no hater. When I have good information, I like to share it. If you do not know, if you are not already doing so, go ahead and follow Sonia. She is on Instagram as the Student Loan Doctor. She does lives. She has a lot of really, really good information. Y'all, you know, now that I've told you the colleges that it should be a little bit easier for you to get your loans discharged, regardless of what, you know, the politicians are doing with their back and forth. Now that I've shared with you the article and the list, the link, right? Come to Sonia's page and really study it. anything that you want to do, you need to take seriously enough to set aside time for it. I don't care if it's 30 minutes a day, an hour a day. I don't care if it's 15 minutes a day. That the compound effect of that is going to tell you exactly what you need to know to accomplish your goal. Will it be easy? No, but it will be worth your time, right? I think for a lot of people, debt, especially student loan debt, is I literally know of people, y'all, who have made the decision to not get married because they didn't want to tell their spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend how much they had in student loans. Can you imagine that? It's hard enough finding love. Who wants to not even try because they bag ain't right? And in the Black community, I know people who routinely joke, I die before I pay off all them loans. And it's just like, that's not funny. If you really think about it, I know we find comedy in our pain, but if you really think about it, it's not funny. Why are the loans this high and accruing interest? And you guys know that the loans that have been on pause since 2020, they about to come out and interest is just going to be snowballing, right? They about to tax that. What's going on, Javon? Hey, what's going on, bro? He said, right, gave the check mark, all of that. So this is a serious, serious problem, y'all. Not only are single people choosing not to get married because they don't want to tell their other spouse about their student loan debt, but married people, two people with quote unquote good jobs, are choosing not to have children because they feel like they can't have children because of their combined student loan debt. It is not uncommon to find two people with $200,000 in student loan debt who are only earning combined $80K a year. Insane, but not unusual. And oftentimes it's because we don't have the proper planning, the proper resources to even go to college. And that is an agenda that has been pushed by a lot of people who ain't going to pay you nothing. They ain't going to send you 99 cents for a Twix if you in college. They ain't sending you no money for books, for dorms. So a lot of people who go to college end up not only taking out loans for their tuition, but they also end up taking out loans for their lodging, to live on. There are actually some programs of study that have it stipulated in there that you cannot work. So what you gonna do? If you don't have no daddy Robux and you studying law, and your law career, because everybody in the family wants you to be a lawyer, a doctor, and you are in this program of study where you cannot even work, even if you wanted to, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is how we get in these situations. So again, these are the types of things that I talk about in the Credit Crushers Mentorship. If you guys do not know, you can find out about that by going to hellokimili.com, and then you just click on the credit courses and mentorships. And then that will take you to the Credit Crushers Mentorship. Because I'm telling y'all right now, some of this information that I'm sharing with you guys, you can find out on your own for free. But half the time, by the time you find it out, the rules of the game will probably have changed. They will probably have changed. The shortcut is learning from others that are plugged into so many other people, resources, courses, mentorships. Just like Sharon said, thank you for making this possible for others to be aware of. Yeah, I only found out about it because I plugged into the student loan doctor, and I know she's plugged into a lot of places. So every time I plug into her, I get access to everybody that she's plugged into, and she's going to truncate and condense the information down for me. I'm not out here trying to do things by myself. I strongly encourage you not to do it either. The money that you pay oftentimes for the shortcut pales in comparison to the time that you lose, and consequently the money in tandem with the time with you spent trying to do it on your own and bumping your head into a wall over and over again. And this is just a tip of the iceberg of what we cover in the Credit Crushers. There's so much more. All right. So guys, I have to go. I have a webinar to get on, a team meeting to get on in a few moments. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and stop the share and just look and see if I had Javon just loaded me up with beautiful emojis. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. I got a heart. I got some fire. Yes. We need universal laws for these matters and situations. It's never going to happen, Sharon, because they like that we don't know. They like that we're too tired. They're like that we're too slow. They like that we want to go at it on our own. They're not going to make it easy for us. We have to fight the good fight, and we have to be more communal, more familial. Now, in other cultures, in other communities, they have and I'm saying this from experience. So if people are like, well, you Black, why are you speaking on other cultures? Like I said, if you've been on my broadcast before, I remember being in college and having a friend, Chica, Charmaine, and her mom was Cuban and her dad was Mexican. I had a friend, Nisha. Nisha was Indian. Okay. And I remember the exposure to their family. Like, well, you grown now. No. They were very involved in their lives. Some would say too much, right? But they were very involved in their lives, and they were all the bearer for it. And this is no shade to my family, okay? Because my family has my back. I have a great family. However, my family, I'm not even going to get into that. My family has done the best that they can do. The people who show up in my family show up and show out. But the weak links in my family have really weakened the family. Y'all catch my drift? And if you've heard my story before, when I was pregnant with my son, I was actually attending una iglesia completamente en español, like a Spanish church that was only in Spanish. Thursday nights, every Thursday night at 7, I'd be on Brockett Road in Stone Mountain at La Iglesia. Was it Cristiana de Monte? I can't remember the whole entire name, but I was going there. And I'm not Spanish, but I just liked the church and I understood. And it was amazing to see because they would have Spanish, they would have church. And then at the end, there are anuncios, right? There are noticias, there are announcements, right? It wasn't like our announcements at the church. We'd be like, they said, Sister Elder selling brownies in the parish hall. Y'all go support. We got a fish bake. No, their anuncios, y'all, were like, hey, listen, this is what has come down legally that will affect our community. Here's how you get around it. Here's the resources that you can here's how you here's the new better way to send money back home with lower rates. Like, they were on it. Their anuncios were deep, baby. Okay, in La Iglesia, gracias a Dios, they were not playing. So when I say certain things about other communities, I am saying it from a perspective of really having a front seat. I have friends of all backgrounds, Africans, my Ghanaian friends. Oh, baby. They came over here and showed out. It was none of that, I don't want to work for my uncle. I don't want to work for my family. No, I had friends that came over here. Their uncle already had a limousine service. All the guys were drivers. They put them on. They didn't have to go look for a job. They weren't cashiers making minimum wage at places. No, their family put it on. La familia, la comunidad es sumamente importante. Sumamente importante. And as long as you continue to do things, like Patti LaBelle, on my own, you're going to have some, it's going to take a lot of dang on time, baby. A lot. And speaking of time, let me go. Let me go. Stay focused. What's going on? District 3. That's what I'm talking about. Stay focused. Ain't new to this. They true to this. Drop your district. Say your circuit. Drop your district. Say your circuit. Javon just been loading me up with the emojis. I can't even keep up with all of the emojis. Javon said, I'm like blushing. You got me blushing with all the hearts. But let me go. Thank you all for joining. Again, like the broadcast, share it, take action if you went to one of those schools, follow the student loan doctor, and let's get serious about pursuing our rights. Each one teach one. If it takes you being the person to say, hey, now you can't do this with all your friends, because you know your friend, not your hoochie coochie friends, right? Not your hooga booga friends, but you know, the friends that are on the straight and narrow and they trying to figure it out too. Get on a Zoom with them. There is power where two or more are gathered, right? I did that earlier this week. My girl Candy B, I talk about her all of the time. Todo tiempo. Candy B and I got on a Zoom because she was at home working on something. I was at home working on something. And we said, let's get on a Zoom and work on it together. Let's work on it. She in Atlanta, I'm here in Pula. Let's work on it together. And y'all, guess what? It was so worth it. We got so much. We were just in the flow, in the zone, right? In la zona, right? Completamente enfocada. We were going. We are so much better together. So if you do the same thing, get your friend and let your friend get a friend, and y'all get on a Zoom. Y'all know you can get a free Zoom account, right? You can get a free Zoom account. You get on there with your friends, and y'all study together, research together, read together, fill out forms together, and share ideas. Okay? La comunidad. You're right. We have to help each other. Man, it's so powerful. I'm gonna say this thing too. I have been in so many mentorships. Some were good, some were not so good, but I never regret it because inevitably, I will find a person who is the person that I was supposed to be there for. Right? I was supposed to meet that person. So even if I feel like, dang, they took my money, I know that I will find somebody in that group who will make it worth my while. And I was on a Zoom. We were on it doesn't matter. We didn't do Zoom for another reason, but I was with a group of people, about 11 of us. And y'all, we were going deep. These people, and this was invite only. It is only because I was in a paid mentorship and I met this amazing woman who is not on social media, because a lot of times the people who are really true to this, they don't be. They ain't got time for no social media. So I met this amazing woman who I respect so much. And we were in a group together and the group dissipated. But later on, she said, hey, sis, I'm doing my own thing and I'm going to invite you to it. It's invite only. So when I talk to y'all about getting in certain rooms, sitting at certain tables, I would not have the opportunity to witness the conversation that, and guess what? Because she's about her business, she knows a whole bunch of other people who are about their business on a level completely different than what I'm on. And I was just honored to be in their presence and hear the conversations and hear about the results that they were getting and have these high level conversations. I would have never had that opportunity had I not taken that mentorship. Had I not invested in myself and gotten in the room with other serious people, I would have never found her on YouTube. Never. Or if I did, it probably would have been a much longer time. So when we talk about compressing time frames, because I'm telling y'all, surely as we know this stuff, they're going to flip the script. That's why when people say, oh, I'll just YouTube it and learn on my own, I sometimes cringe, because probably by the time you're probably going to end up watching a video that's outdated, or a video from somebody who knows not what they're talking about. That's what we were talking about largely today. How many people are out here giving wrong information? How many people are paying people and thinking this stuff doesn't work, but because they're paying the wrong person, they don't know it's not the wrong information, it's the wrong source. It's the wrong source. But that conversation, and I think we were on there, we started at 3:00. Shoot, we were on there probably about 2.5 hours. And I stayed on the whole time. You know why? Because each one of those people has spent good money, lots of years, and have done many, many processes. And so as I plugged into each one of them, I was compressing the time frame. I was compressing my time frames. So I was taking notes like crazy. We going crazy. I was taking notes like crazy. And although I wanted a nap, I was energized because of the energy, like in here, right between all of us. So please, 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 y'all, do yourself a favor and take this ish seriously. Do not just be a consumer, Be a producer. Be an action taker, okay? I know I said I would go and I'm drilling this in y'all's head, but I'm so serious. Stay focused said, don't be scared to level up. Right. As long as you do your research and you see that a person is serious, you can kind of catch a vibe. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And like I said, just know that all things work together for your good. So even if you make a misstep, again, I'll repeat to you, even when I join a group and I'm like, dang, I didn't get what I came here from this group, inevitably, I will at least meet somebody in that group who will take me to the next level. Right? So all things work together for my good. You have to believe that. You have to know that. Invest in yourself. Yes, respectfully with the right people. Absolutely. And just because don't be fooled by social media. Some of the smartest people I know do not have a huge following. You know why? Because they're out here doing this stuff in real life. And some of the people who don't know what the hell they talking about got tons of comments. They on every podcast and that does not make them a great teacher. That makes them a great marketer. Please learn the difference. Please learn the difference. Okay? So, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. I hope you all enjoyed this. Follow the Student Loan Doctor. I'll put the link to the article in the description box for those who are the replay viewers. And that is it. Eso es todo. Adios.